Raphael, a systems administrator, was in a motorcycle accident on February 22, 2014, which left him in a coma after being thrown from an overpass. During the coma, he experienced a profound near-death experience. In it, Raphael wandered through a dark and unknown place. While there, he encountered a mysterious presence and experienced moments of despair and strangeness. His experience raises questions about the nature of what we encounter beyond death and what we truly find after it. Hello, I'm Marcus, and it's a pleasure to welcome you here on Beyond the Life We Live. I hope you feel at home and absorb the lesson of this story we're about to tell. By the way, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel, as this is very important for us, helping us bring new and impactful stories to you. While riding his motorcycle, Raphael had an accident and was thrown from an overpass. He only remembers up to 10 minutes before the accident, and then he fell into a coma. During the coma, Raphael recalls seeing himself in an out-of-body projection. After that, he descended to a place that resembled a truck workshop, but he doesn't know exactly how he got there. At that moment, he felt the presence of a male figure and descended as if he were going down a staircase. When Raphael reached the bottom of the stairs, he found himself in an open space, a clearing in the midst of the darkness surrounding him. Although he couldn't see very far, he felt a presence around him, an uncomfortable sensation of being watched, though he couldn't clearly identify any figure. The environment was thick with a charged atmosphere, and there was a definite tension in the air. It was at this point that the mysterious presence that had been accompanying him before seemed to manifest again. Although Raphael couldn't see its form, he felt its influence around him, as if being encouraged to move forward. He then found himself sad in this dark and chaotic place, surrounded by an atmosphere of sadness and people in despair, questioning their presence there, uncertain whether he was dreaming or living in reality. As he explored the place, Raphael witnessed people screaming desperately, pleading for help, but they were ignored. After being lost there for a long time, some people appeared and took him to a crumbling house where a meeting seemed to be taking place. He was taken to an upstairs room where people seemed to be using drugs. Feeling relieved not to be alone, Raphael followed the people with curiosity to see where they would go. In the room, he was instructed to lie on a bed and use an oxygen mask. As his consciousness began to fade, he noticed a curious rope of vibrant colors that stood out in this dark environment. The nature of the rope, whether it was connected to him or not, remains a mystery. The most intriguing part is that he didn't know if these people were there to help him or if they were making his situation worse somehow, draining some unknown vital energy from him. After losing consciousness again, Raphael woke up in a white technological place, similar to an advanced hospital, in a very large area where he observed many people in white passing by. As he descended to the ground floor, he was confronted by the presence of his mother and sister, who encouraged him to be strong. After the visit, confused but feeling comforted, he returned to his bed and remembers nothing more of that place. In another memory, while in what he believes was some sort of recovery, he mentioned feeling the presence of his uncle Arnon, who had passed away 3 years earlier and was no longer alive at the time of the accident. Raphael recounted his experience in vivid detail, where his uncle comforted him, urging him to stay strong, which encouraged him greatly. During his experience, he remembers that his uncle sang him a song that gave him the strength to wake up from the coma. The song was "Try Again." And at the end of the song, Raphael woke up from the coma. Feeling disoriented, not fully understanding what had happened, it was a shock to discover that a month had already passed since the accident. Gradually, the nurses and medical reports helped him understand the severity of his situation, with doctors making it clear that they hadn't expected him to survive due to the gravity of his injuries. And it was no wonder, as the accident had caused extreme damage to his body, including an open fracture of the left femur, open fractures in both elbows, 3 broken ribs, a punctured lung, a ruptured spleen, as well as several deep wounds and 12 surgeries. His recovery was nothing short of a miracle. Today, Raphael faces life differently, striving to be the best version of himself in terms of kindness, inspired by the advice from his uncle Beyond, with the line that was sung to him, "Try again."